The Santa Barbara Rescue Mission was founded in 1965 to share God's love with people in need. In the years since, we've grown to provide residential addiction treatment for men at our Yannon Alley facility and for women at the Bethel House. We share God's love by helping people overcome the addictions that are often the root cause of homelessness.
When you feel loved, you feel valued. And when you feel valued, you begin wanting to do some things for yourself, not because people are forcing you to do it, not because you have to do it, because you can say to yourself, you know what, I have enough value that I'm not going to do this to myself any longer.
So the philosophy is to treat the whole person, meaning the spiritual, mental, physical, psychological, emotional, every aspect of the human being.
As I sit across the lunch table with our residents, I'm just continually amazed by the heroic struggle they're in and by what they've overcome.
I was addicted to alcohol, cocaine, heroin.
I clearly had a problem. I was not the normal social drinker.
My addiction to crack cocaine, that culminated with me being arrested and incarcerated.
The last 5 years of my life, I spent more time in jail than I did out.
At the Santa Barbara Rescue Mission, we envision people who are experiencing the love of God, becoming healthy, living as productive citizens, rebuilding relationships, and leading others to recovery.
I was dropped off here at the Santa Barbara Rescue Mission in 1999 by my mom with nothing more than my clothes and hope.
I was really, really hurting my children, and I knew that I needed help.
I was addicted to heroin and meth both. My disease took me to a lot of dark places.
You know, I had rebuilt a relationship with my father before he passed away. Not that it ever really diminished totally, but they had come to the acceptance that I wasn't going to make it.
I reached a point where I never thought that I would be able to stop drinking or stop using drugs, and that was a really scary place to be.
In my addiction, I lost a lot. I gave up a lot. I threw away a lot.
Because of the tools that I'd gained here through church and counseling and 12 steps and just all the things that happened for me, my life completely changed. I was this new person.
I'll never forget the first day that I walked into Bethel House. I'm going to get emotional right now. I was welcomed with open arms from the moment I walked in the door. And it was really hard for me because I wasn't used to being loved and cared for unless somebody wanted something in return. So it was hard to receive. But as I stayed here and time went on, I was able to see that their love and caring for me and all the women came from a genuine place. They loved me when I couldn't love myself, and I didn't love myself. They guided me through a lot. Yeah.
I came here, went to Learning Center, and I received my GED certificate, and that was really an achievement to me, you know, because during the time when I first came here, my son was living in Carpinteria, going to school out there, and I would keep telling him, man, you got to finish high school. You got to finish high school, you know. But deep down inside of me, you know, I know he was thinking, well, Dad, you never did.
One of the most important relationships that is being restored is the relationship with my son. And currently I am getting ready to bring him to live with me, and this is something very exciting. He hasn't lived with me since he was 5 years old, and he is now 16. He's a young man, he's an adult. He has stood by me through everything, and God has protected him and kept him safe. He's an amazing young man.
And luckily I had the love and support of the people here and the people that I put in my life through my experience here to get through that time of my dad passing. And at my graduation, I dedicated that graduation to him.
I got the opportunity to talk to my 7-year-old son, Jacob, and I hadn't heard his voice in 3 years. And so I got to talk to him on the phone, and the first thing I asked him was if he remembered me. And he said, "Of course I do, Mommy. I remember you." And it was just gifts of recovery.
And I just come back from Hawaii, to my son's graduation. He graduated from high school, and I'm very proud about that. If God was just to cease from doing anything else in my life at this time, I said it'd take me about the next 1,000 years to just thank him.
My life is full today and very blessed.
My life today is, I think I'm a responsible woman. I'm a productive member of society, and I definitely share what was given to me, and that feels really good.
So my wife Lisa and I ended up having a little boy, Addison, and a little girl, Cameron. And we live now in the San Ynez Valley, and just have a great life.
At graduation, we celebrate the journey men and women have made through our recovery program. They tell stories of being brought to safety and stability, being surrounded by a community of God's people, and finding wholeness and healthy relationships. We celebrate that they've come from a place of hopelessness and despair to a place where they're looking forward to and planning a brighter future.
I would like to say to any potential donors that they would be contributing to giving somebody a chance like myself the opportunity to have an amazing life, a life that I never thought was possible. They are giving hope to somebody who thought that there was no hope for. And I was taken care of for a year without having to pay anything. And it's because of donors who, generously contribute to change someone's life like my own. And I would highly encourage anybody to do that. I'd like to do it myself. And I would like to thank donors who take the time to change someone's life.